What's up, YouTube? I have Callum Cook, a UK player who not even top 32, top 16 the remote duel YCS, VIP player, started off 2-0, finished 8-2 in Swiss, made top 32, won his top 32 match, and then lost in top 16. Callum, what did you play today?
I played Kids, Brave Kids, yeah.
Beautiful. All right, and yeah, if you ready when you are.
Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, so I'll pretty much start off with the Kids. I pretty much play this because I think it's the best deck of the format.
Yep.
I think it plays around the most hand traps. It's pretty explosive and it's got an insane grind game. So, and it obviously utilizes like the best engine in the game at the moment, the Brave engine. So, but yeah, the Kids, pretty standard lineup. Pretty much everyone knows it by now. It's 3 green, 3 red, 3 blue, and 2 Roxys. The only one that really needs explaining to this is just pretty much because sometimes you don't really want to banish anything for your opening hand, so you just do it like mid or last combo. Sometimes you don't even activate this, depends on what you end on. But yeah, pretty much standard lineup for 4 kids. The hand traps that I played 3 Nibiru, 3 Lancia, and 3 Ash.
Nice.
Originally, I was literally playing just 3 Lancia and 2 Bell for the event beforehand. But I think you do need to play a lot more hand traps. Really, it's just like sometimes if you open droplets, it's just enough. But like if you don't open droplet, then a Bell or a single Lancia isn't enough. So you pretty much want to draw a combination of like Nibiru, Ash, or Lancia and droplet, or just like any 2 combination of them cards. This was insane. I knew that like the America, it was obviously YCS Vegas. In the American scene, like Dragon is like quite popular over there,
Yeah.
so that would be more played. So this is really good. But obviously, it hits the Brave engine. It hits Invoked. All them kind of sort of decks. So this is really good. Ash is just pretty standard. This was mainly used on the Fateful Adventure continuous spell. Yeah, because you don't want to get to Griffin, so this pretty much just stops them getting Griffin most of the time. 3 Nib, this was like the last sort of hand trap I was debating. I don't think people expect this to be main, so it's sort of got a surprise factor.
Yeah.
I did end up losing in top 16 to this, but yeah, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, it's really good against Dragon,
Yep.
especially if they don't make Sphere before that. But yeah,
It seems like a card that all the top 16 players or 32 players will be having it in their main list, I'm sure, or in their list completely, because no one's expecting it. Everyone's playing into it, so you can get max value from it. With your Lancia as well, did you just decide to shotgun standby phase it every time you opened it?
Yeah, that was the idea. I didn't actually open it that much against on the weekend. Like, I did open it against Dragon, and I opened it against the mirror once. So standby phase it in the mirror. The weird thing is against Dragon, like I don't think you can do it against that deck because they play Gamma. It's like if obviously game 2 and 3 you know what they're playing, so like you know when to activate it. But game 1 I usually did standby phase it just to play around if they've got the water girl, the temple. But yeah, I pretty much standby phased it, and then game 2 and 3 obviously knew when to activate it, when was best.
Nice.
This is just the Brave engine next, 3 temple, 1 Griffin.
Okay.
Yeah, other decks can play 2 Griffin, but in this, like, the main deck's already 46 cards, so there's not that much room, and 1's just enough anyway. But yeah, absolutely insane. Probably the best cards in the game at the moment.
Yeah, the package is so broken.
Yeah, it's insane. Next, this is the Souls package. It's definitely becoming a lot more popular in decks, but I think like not many Kids players are playing this. In my opinion, if you play the Brave engine, then you should be playing this. This is best card out of the most recent set by far, which means that you don't have to play a brick anymore for souls.
Okay.
The fact that if you open this in the Brave engine, it's like a negate and draw 2. But with this deck as well, you can send dead spells if you open them. You can send place the field spell after you search. And there is a combo where you can end on Bawa and Anaconda underneath. Could you use this for Anaconda? So it's a really good extender, especially for like Link Karibo and Anaconda, as I said. But yeah, every time I opened this, I pretty much won. The only time where I didn't was the very last game of Top Cut, where I got Nibiru on its summon, and yeah, that lost me the game. But yeah, absolutely insane. That's it for the monsters. Spells, 3 place, 2 Pandemonium, and 1 Pranks. Don't play Desires anymore, so pretty much the 1 and 2 is pretty much enough for these. Obviously it's 46 cards, so like you need to limit down stuff that you don't really need. But you play 2 pan because there's a line where if you open up either this or this, you end on 2 Pandemonium and a Bow Wow, so it plays around droplets. So yeah, pretty much 2 to play around droplets. 3, I was playing a terraforming, but I wanted to include more hand traps into the deck, so I cut terraforming, but 3 was definitely enough. Insane card going second, chain blocks and everything.
Yeah, I think if the deck didn't chain block with place, I just don't think it'd be anywhere near as good. Like anywhere near.
No, 100% not. It's like, yeah, I think it's like an insane feel spell. But yeah, if it didn't chain block, yeah, it definitely wouldn't be as good. It's like it's one of the main cards going second really that helps you like clear boards because they either have to negate it or you can just start chain blocking your kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 right, 1 fateful, 1 Dracoback. Pretty much self-explanatory. If there was more room, I'd probably maybe play 2 fateful. It's essentially a call by the grave in the fact that it just chain blocks your kids going first. Yeah, insane really. It's like the amount of times through the tournament where I just opened right on a kid and I just thought I won the game because literally like the Griffin negates one thing and even after you have nib you can play around it with Doodle and Fancies anyway. But yeah, probably I think this is obviously the main reason why I think it's the best deck at the moment. Insane package. 3 droplet. I think this is mandatory at the moment. Pretty much, if you open it, unless if you brick the rest of the cards, you're pretty much gonna win. Yeah, I didn't play 1 PK over the weekend, but obviously it stops the scythe combo, that sort of thing. It's insane against the mirror because Butler's the main interaction. So if you open this, you're probably gonna win, unless if they do the 2 Pandemonium setup. But yeah, absolutely insane. Came up quite a lot against Zeus as well. Because there was like 4 matches where my opponent ended up 4 material Zeus, and yeah, it just came in clutch. 1 foolish, pretty much just a 4th temple. That's pretty much it. Girl's that good that you want to play as many copies as you can, so you're playing pretty much 7, including right. The only other use it has is if you need one of the colour kids for Anaconda for Thunder Dragon Fusion. So it's like it has multiple uses, but it's pretty much just a 4th temple.
Okay.
Instant fusion. An extender mixed access code. Insane, pretty much. Yeah, I didn't really open it over the weekend, but like once or twice. But when I did, I just won.
Nice.
Call by the grave. Yeah, it's pretty much hand traps. It's insane against Enchantress. I did it like 4 times over the weekend. Yeah, insane. I played Dryton as well, and obviously call by on the Ben 10.
Nice.
Insane. But yeah, good. And then Thunder Dragon Fusion. Yeah, I just love this card. It's insane. The fact that you can Anaconda set summon a Butler for free, pretty much, and then obviously pranks him to back the Meow. So it searches up a Fan's next turn, and you can combo off. Yeah, insane card. So that's the main deck. 46 cards. It's like 88% chance of opening a kid in 46, so the consistency is still there. You can fit more hand traps in there. Extra deck. Tokens. 1 Meow. You don't need to explain this. 2 Doodle. 3 just never came up, and the extra deck is sort of tight. You pretty much go through 2 when you go through turn 1, and you can shuffle back 1 or 2 with pranks. But yeah, 2 is pretty much standard. 1 Bow Wow. Yeah, you never need more than 1 really. I mean, worst case scenario is that like you have to shuffle it back with pranks, but usually you can just weather wash this back, and then you've got a link to for the like combo off next turn. But yeah, one's pretty standard. Rooster came up once against Sky Striker and still lost that match. It was like my second loss in Swiss. Yeah, you sort of have to play it in case you play Eldritch, that sort of thing. Okay. 1 Rocket Ride, 1 Weather Washer. Don't really need to explain this. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. This card's insane. This came up more than this, to be honest. Just stopping from getting destroyed by battle is really good. And against Dragon, they summon the Dark Charmer, so if you attack with your prank kids whilst you got this up, they can't search from the Dark Charmer when it gets destroyed, so yeah, cool effect. 2 Butler. Yeah, I think you sort of need to play 2 really. There's loads of times where you can end on double Regeki without having a Meow engrave, or if you decide to keep your Meow, it's a triple Regeki. But yeah, I think 2 is pretty much needed. Link Karibo. I play this over a second Link Spider just because you can make it with Souls, and it's just got a better effect than Link Spider. Both Souls and the Pranks token are level 1, so, and Fansies. So yeah, pretty much the Link Spider, usually made with a nib token. If you get nibbed, there's a play where you can use the nib token and Pranks token for these 2, make Anaconda, and obviously you can make Butler through nib. But yeah. Anaconda, yeah, pretty much just to make Butler for free if you've got like 2 monsters that you can just make into effect monsters like tokens or that. Just make this, make a free Butler. It's insane. Unicorn, yeah, you pretty much make this just before you go into access code, because you want access to gain 3k, but obviously it just clears the problem, gets rid of DPE, back rows, that sort of thing. Access, OTKs, pretty much you only make it when you're OTKing, but obviously insane card. And the Starving Venom, this was the Predaplant, but the Predaplant fusion doesn't really work against Dragon Link. This just clears the Dragon Link board, and it won me in my match versus Cody. Yeah, you can get rid of the IP and the Hot Red, or Hot Red and Savage, and you pretty much just win, because it clears 3 cards technically, because it can just attack over Griffin or something.
Nice.
But yeah, pretty standard extra deck, apart from like the Super Poly target. I did cut the Dark Charmer for it, but yeah, I don't think the Dark Charmer harder came up, so. Yeah, side deck, pretty cosmic. This was pretty much for Scythe, because obviously Scythe's an issue this format, but I didn't play any PK. It's really good against the mirror as well. You can stand by face hit, set pans. But yeah, just for back row decks, PK. It's also good against Fateful Adventure, but yeah, good card. Free Twin Twister. Mainly for the mirror, because if they have 2 sets, this just clears it. Same use as this, but obviously you can ditch Water Girl, like the temple off this now, so if you're technically going plus spike to it in this. The discard's pretty free as well. So yeah, pretty much for the mirror, Eldritch, Striker, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Free Super Poly. Yeah, it's you pretty much win if you open this in the mirror. It clears the PK board, clears the Dragon board. You can use it against Evoke sometimes, depending on what they end on. Usually Anaconda and DPE. But yeah, absolutely insane card this format. I definitely think you should always side it. Free Evenly, never sided this in, but this was just for Eldritch. I didn't play against one Eldritch apart from like the Cyberse Eldritch deck that I lost to. Yeah, pretty much for Eldritch, because skill drains at 3. Some like Prankis does actually struggle quite a bit against like set 5. A Torrential could just like blow you out. So yeah, this pretty much for that Striker. Obviously it's good with the token now, because they have to keep the token if you activate it. But yeah, it just never came up, never saw it. Free Draw. Yeah, I think this card's actually underrated, this format. I don't know, it's really good against like the Brave Engine. It's pretty good against the mirror as well, to be honest, just because you actually do search for the Brave Engine if they open it, and then they can't add off Doodle, they can't take Roxy's, and they can't take Place. It's good against Invoked, pretty insane, and I played Triton, and I opened this, so yeah, pretty much just won, just because of that against Triton. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously 46, 15, 15.
Would you make any changes, Colin, like to the side main? And the extra looks solid. Like
yeah, the extra I won't change anything. I didn't really miss anything. The side, no, I was playing Judgment beforehand, but I think you can't lose the 4k this format. It's like the Brave token is 2k, and that would Griffin just get like 4k on its own.
Yeah.
So Judgment's really awkward. Maybe cut some back row removal. Obviously there is 9 cards, but like the only other thing I'd want to try is Ogre. I think Ogre's really good, but I just prefer to roll. Yeah, pretty much the main deck I'd keep as 46. Mathematically it's correct. I don't think I'd change anything in here. Yeah, it worked insane, to be honest. I think I played against my first loss was Pack. That was DDD. That was literally because I didn't know what the new card did. It's my own fault for not researching that deck up. But yeah, really good deck. I think he's still in top 8 now. And my second loss was against Sky Striker, which is a really easy matchup. But when they open Ash, Bell, Ogre, Fusion Destiny, it's pretty hard to win. So yeah, I was lost. But yeah, I won't change anything about the deck. It's really good.
Great. All right. Any shout outs, Colin?
Yeah. As always, shout out my kid. Yeah. Always do it, Jacob.
You.
Chinwaggin, debatable shout out, but yeah, shout out to Chinwaggin. Shout out to Jake for letting me put this on his channel.
You're welcome, bro.
Yeah, and yeah, shout out everyone for the support. Yeah, it was really good to like top Vegas, I guess. It was a nice third top, so yeah.
It's a shame we weren't there, to be honest. In real life, you know.
Yeah, I know. I was ashamed of Utrecht and Pasadena. So everything just got ruined, really, innit? But yeah, at least the replacement YCS, at least.
That's true. Oh, Callum, congrats on your third YCS top. Up and coming UK player, everyone. Everyone, let me know what you think about this deck list. If there's any changes you'd make, put that in the comments below. I'll be checking it out. I'm sure Callum might even look at it as well. And if you've not subscribed yet, click that subscribe button. All right, guys, take care.